What's going on, guys? Back on the Yukon build today. Working on getting the last of these angles cut up here to put inside the box for the reinforcements. Just figured I'd let you guys check it out here for a couple minutes. Gonna drill some 3/8 holes in this. I've done one side of the truck already just to make sure that what I wanted to do is gonna work out okay before I started the video. That way I can actually show you what I'm doing and I know it'll work. So I got 2x2 black angle right here. It's just raw steel. I'm just going to drill some 3/8 holes in. I've already drilled the 3/8 holes on the one side, so you saw I dimpled where I'm going to drill. I'm just putting a little bit of lube down there so I don't burn up my drill bit. Just using a corded drill here, just an old cheap one, and a 3/8 drill bit. Going to knock these out real fast. Okay, so right now I got the angle all cleaned up. I've got 6 holes on each side of the angle. I also made a little slit right here in the angle with the cutoff wheel, just a tiny little like 1/8 inch relief cut, because my roof, again, it's curved this way and this way. I did not square and flatten off this roof, okay? Everything is squared up, and X dimension in the box all matches perfectly, but I left the roof curved with a natural curve both ways. So because of that, I got to take that straight edge out of the steel. So I put a relief cut that allows me, once I get it up here, I'll push it up and it'll give me that little bit of flex to get me close enough to the roof all the way. Then what I'm going to do after I pilot hole and install a couple lags just for a test fit, once I got it the way I want it and all the holes are aligned, I'll pull this back down real quick. I'm going to PL both sides of this super good. Run a big old fat bead of PL8 all the way up here nice and wide again, and then I'm going to sandwich that back up in there and suck them lags down right here. I got the 3/8 by 2 inch bad boy lags right here with some flat washers, just like I did on this other side yesterday. It turned out great. I'm going to do the same thing here, and then I'm going to move on to the rest of the reinforcement pieces I need. So stick around. We're making progress. So that's that. I don't need that drill right up there anymore, or that box of screws. All I need to do now is basically just, and then I don't know if you guys can see that from that camera or not, but there is a slight little bend right there on that, from where that roof slopes a little bit. So again, that's why I put that little relief cut in there, just so it could catch that right there. So now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put some PL up there. I'm going to first squirt it into those holes right there on the top and bottom. After I take my trowel and scrape off that little bit of excess wood right there from the lag going in, chip that stuff off, and then we'll get that all on there. I'm just squirting a little bit of this down in those holes a little bit just to get started. That way when the lag starts going back through, it will take that section and just smear a little bit of that around in the hole and lock that lag into place, right? I'm going to spread it around on here because I have so much up there. About gone through another tube of this again. All right, get a little more here and there until this one tube is completely out. All right, I'm gonna smear that all out now real quick. Try to get that on there a little better, spread out all the way. Yeah, there's so much up there already. You'll see when it all comes flying out of there. Sorry, I guess it's kind of quiet. Ain't much to say while I'm spreading this glue, so there we go. All right, so it's really spread out pretty good all along there. Just going to wipe this off a little bit. I'm trying not to wait too long to wipe some of this off. I'd rather go through an extra couple paper towels and spend a little extra time trying to scrape all that stuff off once it hardens. So that thing's nice and clean already. Okay, so I don't have any PL on this glove over here, so it's safe to grab my tools. Make sure when you're working with this stuff, if you get it on yourself somewhere, you can use alcohol to take it right off. It'll make your fingers black, but just make sure before you grab on stuff, you don't got anything on your hand. And no, I'm not talking from experience. I'm just talking from common sense. Okay, so here we go. Just gonna take this thing and press it right back up in there where I had it. And I got the holes all up in there, so all I gotta do now is, hands still clean, is just grab a couple of these holes, get it started again. Let's see, a little PL on the other hand. Just wipe it off. Get the same screws back in. Same thing. I'll torque them down evenly once I get everything set into place. There we go. You can already start to see how it's all squirting out everywhere. So yeah, this worked out really, really nice on the other side. I was super happy with how it came out last night. Well, I figured I'd just do that again real quick today, now that I got all my work done for the day. Damn. That's why I keep the paper towels handy right here. That stuff comes squirting out. I'm gonna get it cleaned up right away. Once it starts to harden, it's a real bear. Most of you guys out there have been using this stuff for many years, longer than me. So you all know mostly already, but for anybody that doesn't know about using it, once it hardens, it hardens. I lost a washer up here earlier. There we go. Okay. So yeah, I'm just gonna, oh man, I can't seem to hang on to that washer for nothing. Lock these down again, just like I did before. You could see all that coming out of there. Right there, that's all I'm gonna do. Just like that. As soon as I get a little bit of squirt out of there, I'll do the same thing here and torque these down. And as soon as I get everybody tightened slightly into place here, right there. Alright, so now that I got this whole side done, I'm going to put a little bit extra. Bam, see that? Nice. There we go. Yeah, so you can see that. Perfect. Yeah, that's exactly what I needed. So I'm going to take that stuff off from right there real quick, just in case I got to mess with that. I don't want it to harden on there on me. Too much of it too quick. It'd be a real pain to try to back that out if I needed to. So yeah, have a bunch of rags around if you're working with this stuff, because it is messy if you use enough of it. There we go. Yep. Let's go back here and just give it a tiny little on both of them. Again, real quick. Same thing there. Everybody torque down just enough. All right, I'm happy with that. I got plenty of that stuff squirting out of there. A couple little areas where it didn't squirt out. It's about to get filled, so how we're going to take care of that real quick. Get that up. I'm going to clean that edge first, as best as I can. I think that's pretty good for tonight, or for today. Them little flyaways, I can come back and get those. Not overly concerned with them at all. A couple little guys like that one just hanging around there. Those will all flake off pretty easy tomorrow. Shouldn't have to work too hard to get that thing all squared away. Wipe that one time right there. All right. Okay, guys, well, that's got my lines filled all the way. I'm not seeing any holes, any air pockets. There's plenty of PL on there. The lag's winning good. It's all nice and tight. I'm gonna call that good on that side right there, and break out the vacuum and start vacuuming up the floor down in here. So I'm gonna put angle right here across the floor, down there on the floor, all the way across the front and back up this side. That way the side walls and the top, not only are they all glued and pocket screwed together behind all this, then they've got the PL over the joint plus the 2x2 and 12 3/8 by 2 lags in the top on both sides, in the bottom floor on both sides, all the way around. So front walls, side walls, and then there's also going to be 2x2 angle where you see these marks. 2x2 is going to set in there, and that's what my baffle is going to slide in here on. And then I'm going to go underneath. I'll pre-pilot all the holes. Once I got the cutouts in here, I'll reach in the cutouts and go underneath, and I'm going to use these lag screws and lag the baffle up into the angle that's there. And then you won't see any fasteners on the top. It'll all be nice and clean. I will PL all across that baffle and the corners and sides, and I'm going to PL the top of that angle on both sides and the bottom of the baffle where it's going to rest on this little angle shelf. That'll all be PL'd, so it'll be super, super solid, and we should be good to go. So this thing it's already echoing inside of here the more I get into this box, so I know I'm in the right direction. I'm going to be hopefully on the right track to get what I'm looking for. So anyways, that's what we got for right now, guys.